myself busy. I ran around in circles, think I made myself dizzy.
Then that's what I'm gonna do until the other one reset. Period.
Period. Exactly. All right, y'all. Welcome back. We are this is what, mid-season premiere. I'm halfway through season 3 of Love Journal, and I just got to take a second. I've probably said it on the show before, but goddamn, like it's crazy that it's still going and that people really like listen. Like, was it like that for you when you found out like people actually are listening?
Yeah. It was it ain't even that part for me. It was the downloads. I was like,
Mm.
people really listening to my shit. Like, bitch, they downloading my shit. They not
Like they
listening.
saving the shit. Like they
Yeah.
yeah, for real.
That's
Um
me.
but yeah, so today, first off, I'm your host, the love guru himself, Mr. Troy Ryan. And I have a guest today that I've been working with for a while. This is like one of my business partners in a way. The lovely Toy Black.
Hey y'all, hey. I had to turn this
Yes,
thing
yes.
around because I was like, I'm seeing two of me.
You
So I
good,
had
you
to
good. I get it.
I turned it sideways. Hey
Yes.
y'all. I'm finally here on Love Journey. I ain't never think
Right.
I'd be over here though. I ain't gonna even lie because I don't know what
Now
you're
listen.
talking about and stuff. So I was like,
It's it's not. I mean, I I gotta recommend myself or commend myself rather, because I do have a talent to talk to people, and it's just a very vulnerable, real type conversation. Not anything uncomfortable. You don't have to share anything that you don't want to, but it's just
mm,
like therapy. Like when I started it, because I was like, fuck love, and I don't want to be like that, basically. So I
right.
need to learn why I'm like that, where all this comes from, and so it started and continues to be like therapy for me. Um, and I don't know, I have a gift of talking to people. People really open up to me. So,
Period.
um,
Well, you know I'm an open book and I got me
yeah,
some
yeah.
wine to talk shit with you, so I'm ready.
Okay, hey, I love it. Um, so today I wanted to talk about just being gay and being proud. I think love it comes in a lot of different forms, and one of those is self love. And
Hmm.
I think with being gay, however, it can be difficult to find that
Yeah.
sometimes. So I kind of wanted to go through that a little bit. Um, but it's two things I like to do on here before I like get into the shit for real, for real. The first one is my song bowl. I like to just clear the five, get the energy going. So I'll hit this first. Okay. And that one is a little lower, so I don't know if you fully got that, but yes. Receive. um, the second thing that I like to do is give a love song of the week. Like
Okay.
I do that because I hated love songs for a second,
Mm.
and I couldn't even listen to them. Like it'll be one playing,
Damn.
I'm like, turn that shit off.
For
Like
real?
I was bitter,
Wow.
and I mean, literally, and it's crazy how now I can listen to them, and now I can watch rom coms and stuff like that. And even if certain thoughts cross my mind, I'm not affected by it.
Hmm.
And that's in part from doing this. Um, but the love song this week, I listened to it yesterday. It had been a while and came on shuffle, and I was like, God damn, "Unthinkable" by Alicia Keys.
Oh wow.
That
And I used to
shit,
listen to some Alicia Keys.
man, that was an amazing album too.
Yeah.
But like that song specifically, like you hear certain songs sometimes they just take you back to such a specific moment. Like I
Hmm.
was in that moment yesterday listening to that song, and I was like, God damn, this shit is.
Yeah.
And then just as a writer, the lyrics of it, I think is great. I think Alicia's a great writer anyway. She's one of my like writing inspirations. But yeah, so that's mine. And I was in that space at that time of like fucking around with somebody that was on some
Yeah.
situationship type shit. So it was like, hey, let's do the unthinkable. I know it sounds crazy, but um, All right, so before we can start. But do you possibly have one that are
Yeah.
mind?
You
Yes.
know what got me in a chokehold right now?
What?
And I don't know if we consider this a love song though. But to me,
Mm.
is I don't know, when that song come on, like it just do something to me. That goddamn Kendra and um
Scissor.
Sizzle. If
Yeah.
it was up to me, I wouldn't even know.
I
I
mean,
love.
it kind
Oh
of
my.
is a love song. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because they really redid the Luther Vandross. If this
Hmm.
world were mine, and I used to love that.
Yeah.
I would place at your
I feel
feet
that.
all that I own. So
Hey.
now that they remade it, bro, it's that song just do something to me. I was strolling through Instagram last night,
Uh-huh.
seen she had posted a clip, and I shared it, and
Yes.
I was like, this song is so beautiful. Like it just
Just looking amazing. I love Scissor. That's
yeah.
my I
Yeah.
like I totally gay, but if Scissor came up to me
And wanted you
but
gonna
at one
put
to I'm like, shit, I gotta
and
go
you won't
home.
be
I gotta go.
wrong.
That's it. Like, man. So okay, so yes, today's topic again. I feel like I've said it like 8 times, but whatever. Gay and
They ain't
proud.
here. We
they
had
ain't here, so I have to
they
keep
ain't
saying it unless you know.
here.
Um, like I said, I was thinking about it because of just like love and all the ways that we um have to kind of examine it in ourselves, and that's one of them. Our sexuality, and it was not always easy. I think so. So that's what I was gonna. That was one of my thoughts because, like, I know a lot of times, especially even just in society, people seem to accept women being gay quicker than a man,
Yeah.
and that made me think about like how kids sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You like, have you ever been around a girl that was a stud since she was like 3? Like, you just know, like, this bitch is gonna be gay. Like,
Yeah, to be honest, I was a school teacher at a school, and my grade was, it was a private school. So the
mm-hmm.
grades that I was teaching, and I really want to know, is this little girl gay right now to this day? The grades that I was teaching was kindergarten through 5th grade, and they was
Mm-hmm.
all mixed together, but it's not like it was, I had more third graders than any other grade. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
one kindergartner, two first graders, one fourth, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was teaching them all. And in the third grade class though, I had this one little girl. She was so cute, but she was such a boy. And I used to have
Yeah.
to be telling her, I said, go over there and be with the girls. She'd be like, I don't want to be with them. Like, what can they do for me? I want to be over here with my dogs. I
Right.
was like, this little girl is gay. I don't care what you say. And
Yeah.
then she just clinged on to me. And it was
Yeah.
just like,
Right.
because
Yeah.
we know.
Right. We do.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Um, but yeah, like I've grown up around a few girls just like that. There's not much. Maybe they might get suggested to wear a dress at church or something, but like for the most part, there's not much that people tend to say to them versus boys.
But I'm gonna say something about that. So
Uh-huh.
my youngest son, he's gay.
Mm.
I knew that boy was gay from when he was little. I
Yes.
knew it. And when I used to tell my friends, they used to be in denial. Oh,
Yeah.
he ain't gay. He's, some boys, they just have feminine ways. I said,
There's a
what I'm
difference.
not gonna do, what I'm not gonna do is be in denial until
Yeah.
he tells me that he's gay. I know that
Yeah.
he's gay, but until he tell me, I ain't gonna be like, So
Mm.
when I used to go out at Troy and then I come home, I see
Hmm.
my heels. Like my room was on one side of the house, then their room was on the other side of the house. But I see my heels in front of his bedroom door because him and the middle child shared the room, and the oldest son had a room by himself. So
Yeah.
I used to be seeing my shoes when I have to get up and go wake them up for school. I see my heels in front of their room door, and I used to be like, why the fuck my shoes over here? I didn't even
Yeah.
wear them out last night. So when I said this one time out loud, my oldest son was like, cuz when you ain't here, Ja'Cory be putting on your shoes and walk around the house and acting like a girl. So I was like, for real? Then I didn't cuss him out. Didn't be like, "Oh, don't be putting on my shit." None of that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew because every time I got dressed to go out, my son was in that room with me. He'll put my outfit together.
Mm-hmm.
And at this moment, he's like 8, 9, no older than 10. He
Yeah.
putting my clothes together, dressing me, telling me how to do my makeup, what look go
Okay.
with the hairstyle that I was wearing and stuff like that. If I had something together, he'd be like, mom, put this on with this and do your
Mm-hmm.
makeup this way that it gonna look good with your hairstyle. And
Yeah.
I, and I still,
Okay. That's
you
right.
know,
I'm fun. That's right. God damn it.
to this
See.
motherfucking day, I be calling him and be like, I need you to put me together for this event. So
Mm-hmm.
when you see me like dressed out the box, my son undid that shit for me.
Now, that's what's up. I love that. Like that sparked a few thoughts. One, a parent always. I do believe a parent always knows whether they try to acknowledge it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was always different, and that was
Mm-hmm.
just kind of originally. That's really just what it was. That I was just being one of four boys. Like you can't help but notice
Right.
there's a little something different.
Yeah, why he ain't hanging out with those? Why he ain't going to play football with them? Why he ain't
Yeah,
doing this?
but the
Like,
crazy thing is, I was always trying to. I think some of us we can't fully hide it how we want to. Like there's
yeah.
just at some point parts of you. So there was still little bits and pieces of me, but for the most part, I tried my best to stay as masculine as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would play football sometimes, but then other times the gay would kick in, and it's like, oh, it's a new Beyonce video coming out today. Like y'all, I gotta. I'm not gonna go play football. I'm gonna go watch Beyonce making a video. Like
Oh, he was Nikki.
so.
It was Nikki for him.
Oh,
It was
oh, I
Nikki for
mean,
him.
yeah, that's that new. That's that new generation. Yeah, how old is he?
Yeah. He's 24. He'll be 24
Oh
in May.
yeah,
Maybe.
oh yeah,
It was Nikki
I
for
can
him.
see that.
And then I used to be the
My.
girl when Nikki first came out. You know how she wore those two-sided bobs, different color bobs.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
literally
did
used to
that.
get my hair done like that, right? Because
I
I,
know he
I used
used
to
to
be.
lose his shit. Oh.
I used he get on me right now when we'll argue about Nikki because I'm Team Cardi and he Team Nikki and
Mm.
we'll get into it. He be like, "Girl, I remember you used to be a barb." I was like, "That's used to be." And
I know
I'm
he
over there.
used to see that and be like, yeah, like
Yes.
so. It was like for me, it was always Beyonce. I remember, and I literally didn't even realize it until I got old. I was like, oh no, bitch, I've always loved her. But like, I remember it was me, two of my brothers, and one of my cousins. We were sitting there playing a video game, and I had my CD player, and I had a mix CD that had "Crazy in Love" on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to that shit on repeat. I'm like, bitch. I like burning that motherfucker out. I'm like, bitch, crazy in love. They played the game and shit. And out of nowhere, I didn't realize they could hear outside of the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So this had to be like the 10th, 11th listen. And my brother was like, hey, can you listen to something else? I was so fucking embarrassed because I'm like, oh shit, oops, I just took the bitches off. I was like, I'm done with music for today. But like, I think of the whole idea of how you mentioned having a gay son. I getting older, I do wish just thinking about it. And again, my mom didn't. She didn't know any better, basically.
Yeah.
And I can't blame anybody for our community. It's not like she, berated me or nothing. But every now and then, she'd say little shit here and there to
Mm-hmm.
let me know, like I don't like, I don't like that. That's not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So, but I wish she was more accepting of it at the time because I feel like so much of it I had to learn or just go out in the world and kind of just figure out and
Right.
find a way to accept it within myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think the biggest memory that comes to mind for me, there's been a few, but like one of my earliest ones was playing with dolls. I remember I'm pretty sure I probably shared this one on here before too, but I was playing with this girl, one of my neighbors, a few houses down. I'm every bit of like first grade,
Mm-hmm.
and she brought her dolls out. She had a little doll house, and I just thought it was cool as fuck. Like my thing with dolls was like I thought it was so cool that they could change their clothes. I'm like, ain't no boy
Yeah.
toys that change their clothes. What the fuck? Like, but just into fashion already. Like, just a little boy. You know what I'm saying? But it was just fun. And I'm like, shit, it's a house. Like I don't even fuck that it's pink. I'm fine. I'm a child. And, and mom called me and was like, hey, go, grab some of your toys. I'm like, I'm good, mom. Like,
Yeah,
she's like,
like I'm
no,
like, hush.
grab some of your shit. Like, that's girl toys. Go grab some of your toys. I'm like, but I want to play with hers. It was just like finally, just like, okay, fuck it, because I'm stubborn, like
Right.
always have been. So I just couldn't understand why I couldn't just go play with her toys. And I got my ass whooped. They got like, come, you just come to the house then. How about that?
Oh,
And right, and it was just like, damn, I just wanted to play with some toys.
right. That's all I
But at
could
the
do.
same
Like
time,
toys is toys. That's what I was thinking. Toys is toys.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it stuck in my mind that moment because it was like, okay, so that because that let me know, oh, pink, feminine, don't like,
Yeah. No girl
and
stuff.
yeah, and it made it difficult to accept my own like feminine energy at
Mhm.
times, but I couldn't ignore it because I always had female friends.
Right.
Bitches
That
love me, like,
that was the crazy part. Like I can't say, but well, I didn't have any like girls in the household, so I didn't experience him playing with girl toys or none of that. But he did have homegirl as friends. He had friend girls.
yeah,
I didn't think nothing of it. That didn't bother me because shit, sometimes niggas have a lot of female friends. That don't mean that they
yeah, that
gay.
don't mean, yeah,
So
yeah,
I didn't look at it like that, didn't think deep in it. And then when he came out, he came out when he was 18 and it
hmm,
came out by mistake because how it
yeah,
came out, he was living with his gay parents.
uh-huh, always,
And I'm thinking these people are grown and they
mm-hmm,
was kids also in high school,
mm-hmm,
but they had their
mm-hmm.
own apartment and stuff. And they called me one day because he done went missing. They calling him
Oh,
and he didn't pick up
bitch.
his phone. And they had to end up telling me the story like, all we know, he told us he was going to meet this guy and he was on Tind Grinder or Tinder. Which for me,
Grinder.
Grinder.
Yep.
And when I tell you I had to call my oldest son, everybody was going crazy. My oldest son went on a
Oh.
site to make a damn profile to try to find my son. This bitch come calling us. He was laid up with the boy sleep. He told me that's the best sleep I ever had. And then we
Bitch. You
Troy,
get your ass in the house.
Troy, I was living in Fort Lauderdale at the time. So we flew down to West Palm Beach. That's a 30-minute
Mm-hmm.
drive. We flew down to West Palm Beach because I'm like, what the fuck is my child? Then you got his
Mm-hmm.
daddy calling me, blaming me that, oh, it's your fault my son is gay. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because
No,
I
he was
remind
born
you
that
now,
way.
but remind you now, I still didn't know. So I'm like, what the fuck is you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? So he was like, oh, what you playing? Are you serious? I'm like, what are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about? I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. He said, because his daddy called me mom. He said, Mom, Jacory was all on Facebook kissing a nigga and stuff. And somebody sent me
Yeah.
a video. So I'm like, I don't see that because I don't be checking my kids
Yeah.
shit.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
and he had it in his close friends anyway, so I wouldn't have seen it because I'm not in his
Right.
close friends. So when he finally showed up to the house, me, his godmama, and my girlfriend, we was
Mm-hmm.
there. He walks in the house all happy and shit. So, bitch,
Like, nigga.
bitch, my eyes swollen from crying. And he was like, when he walked in, because he had to come through a hallway first before he
Mm-hmm.
can come around the wall to see that we there. So when he walked in, he was like, well, what's going on? Why y'all here? So we like, bitch, we thought you was dead. So he said,
Like,
why would I be dead? Like, and
confused as hell.
I'm looking at him like, do I want to punch this motherfucker? I was so angry to I just grabbed my baby and just was holding him and I was crying and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, bitch, don't ever do that. So his godmama
Right.
going off and was like, oh, I ain't with that gay shit. Da, da, da. I was like, Sheila,
Bitch, my
you're gay,
son is here in the light. I don't give a fuck.
but she
Now she
gay.
get. See what
So
the fuck?
I had to tell, I said, what are you talking about? You're gay. So what is the problem? Like,
Yeah.
this is all he been around. Like, y'all raised him. I got him back when he was 4 years old from the hospital
Right.
to y'all. You and your girlfriend was raising him. What do you mean he can't be gay? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my son to be gay. It ain't what you want. It's not what you
Yeah.
want. I said, long as you motherfucking happy, I don't give a fuck. Because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
When I was friends with someone and I was gay, when my kids was younger, they asked
Mm-hmm.
my kids, "How do y'all feel about y'all mama being gay?" My kids looked them dead in their face and said, "I don't care, as long as my mom is
Give a
happy."
fuck.
So don't you know I'm gonna give
Right.
that same energy to my son? I don't give a fuck because it's a boy, bitch. No.
Yeah.
So we had to talk with him, and I was like, "So okay, so what we doing here? Like, because
Mm-hmm.
one minute I knew
Like,
you had
what's
a
up?
girlfriend, and now you're saying you dating guys." So he told me he was like, "I like both." So
Okay.
this is what I told him though. I said, "You gotta choose." That
Mm-hmm.
right there, I don't agree with. When it comes to a man being bisexual,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that one. You're gonna have to choose. You're gonna do
Yeah.
pussy or you're gonna do
Yeah.
this. Which one you gonna do?
I think
So,
a lot of times, especially in the beginning, a lot of us might say that
mhm,
to still feel like eh, to comfort the shame. I think of the gay
mhm.
part.
But
So
he
it's
ain't
like,
even
oh
have
no, no,
to.
no, I like both. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's his situation, but
He ain't
I've
even.
come
I'm
across a lot
saying
of
he
people
ain't
who
even have to
start
do
out
that.
like
He
that.
ain't even have to do that. Cause bitch, he got a loving ass mama that's gonna be down with him regardless. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
he said he liked both, but he was like, I'm not gonna turn into a girl. I'm still gonna dress how I dress because he
Mm-hmm.
didn't wear skirts and all that stuff, but he'll carry
Mm-hmm.
a purse. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
dress
Nice little
well.
man bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting a girlfriend, and then when him and the girl broke up, she bashed him, let
Oh, of
everybody, the
course.
world knew.
Of
She went on
course.
social media, let the world knew that he was gay. But I'm like, but ho, you accepted him with being gay, but now you wanna bash him and
Yeah.
shit. So I wanted to fight her, but I ain't never
Of
get a chance
course.
to. But now he's fully gay, don't do girls. But he said he
Mm-hmm.
want him a child one day. So I don't know how he gonna get that child.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's different ways, you know. He might have a friend that wouldn't mind, or if he got money, you know what I'm saying, pay that surrogate.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, it's interesting because I think a lot of us, or at least on the male side, like I feel like it's so crazy how different it is on the female side. But I know on
hmm
the men's side, a lot of us come across the apps and we get into situations like
yeah.
like I know my guardian angel is so proud that I'd be sitting my ass down now because I look back at so many situations like, wow, bitch, what were you doing? Like,
Right.
this could have went completely left, and my mom had no idea what I was. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Um, so it's like I saw Saucy Santana, right? He had this interview where he was saying, you know, despite him being gay, he would want his son to be.
hmm
And I remember being irritated at that too, but the whole thought process is like it was very difficult for me in points. I don't want them to have to go through that. But then
Right.
it's like a lot of us go through that because our parents weren't there to remedy that. So we had to go out
hmm
and do this shit ourselves. But if you're
Yep.
there for your child, it shouldn't be as difficult.
Right. Right.
Like, and
And it
it's like
was
the way, oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I tell you.
You good. I was just gonna say, and like the way that I came out was accidental both times.
Mhm.
Like the
Both
first
times you came out 2 times.
well, my dad found out first, and I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they talked about it, but my like you know what I'm saying, mama never, and then she saw some shit and that confirmed it. Like basically, I was this was Yahoo Instant Messenger days, like,
Uh-huh.
and it was me and this one nigga just on there, you know, talking with Bam Bam, definitely older, and my mom and dad were having a moment, whatever, and he came and grabbed the laptop. I didn't get a chance to close out of the messages.
hmm
So he ended up like forgetting whatever the fuck that he was going through before and was reading the messages. Like, what the fuck is this? And I just remember hearing him say, no, like, because like I said, they were having a moment, arguing, whatever. He like, no, fuck all that. Come look at this. And I'm just like, so I don't know if she did or not, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then years later, um, me and her got into an argument over like college or something. It was something like that. Um, it was like my senior year, and or matter of fact, no, it was my junior year, and I was back then them texting days, baby. Like I was a texting slut. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Yeah.
I would say I wasn't doing shit for real
hmm
at that time, but I was a freaky
Entertaining in
talking
the
nigga.
text messaging.
Yes, and so I had some messages, and me and mom we got to the house, whatever, and I slammed the car door, And she, went off on my ass. Was like, as a matter of fact, give me that fucking phone too. And I'm like, shit. Whew. And I went to turn it off. And this is in the Metro PCS days. I had a Metro.
Yeah.
I went to my room and I'm sitting there like, please don't turn on my phone. All I heard was Metro PCS. Hello, hello, hello. She turned that bitch on. I said, oh, hell no. I just went to sleep. Like, I just took a nap. I was like, I can't do this right now. And, she talked to me about it later on that day or whatever. So it was both very awkward experiences coming out for me. So it's like looking back, like I said, I accept my parents. I think they're amazing parents. They made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know everything, but there's this area in my life that I wish they could have honed in more on instead of acting like it wasn't there. Like
Right.
y'all niggas knew I was gay. Like y'all knew. There's no way.
Right.
And y'all kind of chose to ignore that. So that made it, that added so much shame and guilt and confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like literally feeling like, damn, well, maybe it's something wrong with me. Which
Right.
is also, I used to hate going to black church sometimes. Like sometimes if
Um,
as long as the sermon they talk about gays, I was like, oh, that was a good little, because I'm very spiritual. I like a good sermon.
yeah.
But once they start getting into the bullshit, well, when the gays go to hell, I'm
That
like, oh, well,
judging,
checked
that
out. I'm
judging
checked out.
shit. That's something they don't supposed to be doing.
Literally. So I would check out. So it always felt like there was something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So
yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
when I came out, child, it was so easy because it
I
was
love
just
that though.
it was just like me myself. I ain't have no shame in my game, bitch. I don't care if you accept me or not, bitch. If this is what I'm doing and I like it and it feels good to me, motherfuck
Mhm.
you, because you're not gonna fuck me. You feel me?
Okay.
So
Period.
I remember the first person I told was my oldest cousin, and I was in Belle Glade. I went over there for a homecoming, Glade
Mhm.
Central homecoming, and we was all at my auntie house, and my grandma stayed like a house next to them.
Mhm.
So everybody was at my auntie house. My grandma was there and everything, but I had called my cousin in the bathroom. And when she came, I told her, I was like, I want to tell you something. And she was like, what? I
Okay.
was like, I'm gay. I like girls. And she was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's it. She was like, what you wanted me to say? I have to stop liking you because you like girls. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's what I thought. Like,
I love that.
she was like, no, you like what you like, long as you're happy. Nobody don't give a
Mhm.
fuck what nobody say. Long as you're happy. That's all that matters. So I was like, cool.
That that's exactly how my cousins were, my older brother. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy because like when I talk to people about it now and stuff like that, they're like, damn, I didn't even know. Like I think I always internally was aware of my gayness, I guess. So I always felt like I was never too masculine. But like a lot of people was like, oh, I had no idea, like really confused. Like, oh damn, you was. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but
I but when I met you, I didn't get that.
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, I
get that.
mean I get where that comes from now.
Yeah.
I think just I don't know, I'm just me. Like I don't know how to really explain it because I
Right.
definitely have my moments. Um like my nickname for myself is Princess Nigga. Like because I'm both. I have my princess moments and I have my nigga moments.
Yeah.
Um but like I remember I was um I was probably 11th grade, something like that, and I was at my
Mhm.
cousin's house, and my phone was broken that weekend. I didn't get another one, whatever, but it could only talk on speaker.
Mhm.
And a guy that I was talking to had called me. I was sitting there with my brother and two of my cousins. And this nigga voice, the guy I was talking to, his voice is deep as hell. He was like my age, but his voice is just deep as fuck. So I
Yeah.
answered, he like, hello, what up? And I'm like, oh shit. I jump up. I'm like about to, run or whatever. And my cousins, brother, they all look at you like, what the And the two girl cousins kind of figured anyway.
Mhm.
So they came upstairs after me and shit was like, so who was that? Like, what was that? Like,
Mhm.
and I'm like, all right, y'all. Y'all my bitches. I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? And they was again very like, okay, that's fine. We don't care. And like my brothers too. My older brother was the one who was there and he came upstairs too after, but we had went in my cousin's room and closed the door. He was outside the door, like
Yeah.
so, we opened up the door. He like, why you ain't tell me? Like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? But like they all were fine. Like, man, we love you, your family.
Exactly.
And my little brother, I think it's crazy because we never necessarily talked about it, but
Mhm.
he know, you know what I'm saying? Um, he's just let me know more than once, like I don't care, like you my brother, that's it. So it's like I think it do help to have people in your life that like I know that helped me, like because if I
Mhm.
didn't have nobody else, I would have definitely I would have been down low, had a couple
Yeah.
kids and shit.
And that's and that's
Ugh.
what I'm saying too. I was like, I wonder if like if I was the type of person that didn't give, I mean, that cared about people's opinion, what I would have been in the
Mm.
closet. Because, bitch, when I tried it, I just jumped right out the closet, like, bitch, what?
I'm good.
Yeah, like, bitch, I like this. And
Yeah.
wish I would have tried it sooner and I wouldn't have had no kids. But, life is life. Everything
Life
happens
is
for a
life.
reason.
They were supposed to be here. They were supposed to be here.
Yeah. So, and then when I told my mom was like, okay, and like, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
if you like it, I love it. She said, shit, I tried it, but I love dick. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay. That's real.
you
That's
tried
real.
it? What you
Okay.
tried? Girl, what
I think a lot of people do it. They don't like to talk about it.
bitch, who you tried? I need backstory. Come on, tell me. So she told me
Right.
her little backstory, and I was like, oh, she's
Mm-hmm.
like, mm-hmm. She said, man, that bitch used to be eating each other pussy. But girl, I don't like
Okay.
that shit. She said, I don't like that shit. Mm-mm, I like me some dick. She said,
Yeah.
but if that's what you like, if you like it, I love it. And from there, it was like, fuck who don't agree.
Yeah.
Bitch,
Period.
my mother is okay. So, and I feel like that's why I'm so accepting of my son because ain't nobody do that shit to me. Ain't nobody frown upon me.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody, oh, you gay and this and that. Like, nobody did that shit to me. So, why would I do it
Yeah.
to my child?
Yeah. And I didn't get that in my family either. Honestly, like I mean,
Mhm.
granted, I wasn't out, but like I didn't have what you would say a homophobic family for real.
Right.
But every
It's just so
now and
many people gay
then,
in my family. It's so many. I'm talking
yeah,
about. It's so many motherfuckers gay in my family.
it's a couple of us, mostly from
Bitch,
my generation, but yeah,
bitch is a lot.
but
And I be like,
uh,
bitch, bitch,
yeah,
all us eat pussy, okay?
okay, but no, okay, um, you stupid. But like my mom, like she would occasionally, like I said, say little stuff here and there to kind of remind me I don't like this.
Still to this
But
day.
what I can say, not so much anymore. And I try to make sure I still stress it for her so that she know, like, I don't want you to be looking dumbfounded when I bring a nigga home for Thanksgiving that I'm about to get married to. Like,
Right.
you knew. But like, what I do like it doesn't have to be to the openness of like how you mentioned with you and your mom,
Mm-hmm.
but I have been able to talk to her about guys
Mm-hmm.
to like getting older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been a few times I've been through something with guys, and I'm just like, I need to talk
Someone
to my
to
mama.
talk to.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah, I need to talk to my mom, and I've been able to do that. And she might, she doesn't again fully. I still don't know if she. It's been a while since we talked about it, so I don't know if like how she's thinking about it as
Thinking,
far as in the
yeah.
future. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that she's there. I know she cares. I know she supports me. So it's like as long as I got that, it's fine. But I know that I can talk to her if I really genuinely need to.
Mm-hmm.
So that still feels good,
That's,
and she's grown. She's a lot. She's grown a lot
yeah.
from when I was younger. Like, and that's why we have to give our parents and just people in general grace.
Mm-hmm.
um, but like one of the moments I think about, like this is one of her not so grown moments. I had this memory earlier when I was thinking about this. One of my old friends, he was kind of feminine sometimes. Not always, but sometimes, he might have on his booty shorts and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. It's a hot summer day type shit. He don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. So my house has kind of always been the spot. And we were hanging out at my house. I had like this back porch at the time. And we smoking, listening to music. And he the only one standing up dancing. Like, it's all in there.
Yeah.
And my mama looked out. I saw her look out the blinds for a second. And I'm like, here she comes. She's about to text me. About 10 minutes later, come here right quick. I'm like, okay. I go to the house. She's like, what's that? What's all? I don't, I ain't playing with all that. I don't like all that. And I'm like, Ma. She's like, no, not in my house. And I'm just like, fine. Like, I'm like, fuck y'all. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Like, let's go do something because
Yeah.
we can't be here right now. And it was, I'll be honest, embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, but it's like also,
But
this her shit,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like he really not doing nothing
He
that's.
just dancing with booty shorts.
Yeah.
Booty shorts in the tank. I still have the whole moment from going in the house and seeing her peek out the blinds. I'm just like, so it's like, it hasn't always been easy, but I think getting older, it's becoming easier. And I do feel like if I was to be serious about somebody at this point in my life, I could bring them around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so like, I think what the fear was, this is my other point, and why it is different for women, I think sometimes, is when men are, believed to be gay, whatever the case, there's an assumption that they'll be feminine. Not to say that that's good or bad, it doesn't really matter, but when women are a girl, there's not much necessarily changing because a woman can be feminine and still be gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's that. I don't know. People don't realize, but like people really hate women, and they hate anything feminine that they consider like. And so I think that's where a lot of that comes from for us. So it's like I remember when I first was hanging around, like the fact I was just mentioning. At the time, he was like the most feminine person I was close to, and I wasn't comfortable at first. I like genuinely because I just hadn't been around, so I'm just like I don't know how to. And then eventually, just being around, I was like, oh, I mean, he's a person. He just got a little sugar in his tank.
Right. That's a little sassy.
Yeah, but he was cool. So it was like, oh. And then I started to allow myself to be around more feminine things and let my own femininity show out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have my moments. I cross my legs in a second. That's not even feminine. But now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas used to do that shit back in the day in the 70s and shit. But
exactly.
Whatever. But I let a lot more of it expose itself. And it's not like, again, I'm super masculine or super feminine, but I have both. Right. And I'm finally reaching a spot where I don't feel bad about hiding one over the other. I was gonna say, like, one of the moments in recent years that made me, it's crazy how, and I guess it's just an artistic thing. You want your art to do that.
Yeah.
One of the things that made me feel more open about myself is Beyonce, the Renaissance tour. That was probably the gayest night of my life. And it was so, and it just felt good. You know what I'm saying? To just be just in there all the gay. Like, I mean, everybody who went wasn't gay, but like a good 80% of the motherfuckers at the Beyonce concert was gay. And it was just like, damn, like that freedom of just, bitch, I'm here, I'm queer, deal with it. Like, do you have like a moment that made you feel, I guess it was never necessarily difficult, but like a moment that really made you feel good to be gay?
Yeah, when I went to my first gay club.
Hey, okay.
Like when I went to my first gay club, it was litty as fuck, and it's like, okay, you know what? I ain't gonna even say my first gay club. When I started stripping, and I used to see the girls on stage eating coochie, and I used to be like, oh, so it's okay to be open like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I say that. I say in the strip club, period. Because they used to do girl on girls in the strip club, and I used to be like,
okay, that's giving real players club. That's exactly.
So I was like this. Oh my God. And I started dancing when I was 19 years old. So it was like, I really didn't, my first time being with a girl was when I started dancing. I always knew I liked girls because I used to, you read my book. Wait for my auntie.
Yeah.
Wait for my auntie down to get naked and act like I gotta use the bathroom just so I can see ass.
I gotta get in here. Yeah.
I was infatuated with ass and titties. I don't know why, but it was so crazy because I have sex with a film, but I ain't too
Mm.
much want to be in a relationship with a film. Like I like the
Mm.
studs. I like the girls that look like boys.
Yeah.
But I didn't literally be with a girl until
Uh-huh.
the strip club, and it was my homegirl who took me to the strip club. Me and her was the first
Mm.
ones that had did it or whatever, and I was like, oh, I like this.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
I started dating, as you got the character DJ. I started
Yeah.
dating her. She was older than me, but it was just like,
Hmm.
I like this.
They usually are like that's the whole thing. Like in the earlier days, because you trying to figure the shit out. Like you seek it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I remember my first time. Like I hadn't really done shit up until this point for real with a guy. Like it was just always something I had thought about and shit. And I think it was ninth or 10th grade, somewhere in the area. And it was this guy. He's like 18. I'm like fucking I don't know 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
15, 16. And it was this one night I snuck out the house for that. I was like, fuck it. Because, like I said, before I was always just a texting nigga that was just like on the shit. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it this night. Me and my brothers are kind of experienced in sneaking out. We got caught a few times, but we've done it way more times than we got caught. Let's say
Right.
that. And this was one of those nights. And like low key, because where I used to live, the shit was dangerous. Like that's why I'm like, my guardian angels are they partied in that bitch. They're like, this nigga don't do shit now. Yes.
It's to
But
work
I
out
snuck
nerves.
out. I'm telling you, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. 15, walking on this busy ass, like hood ass street. He was like 5 blocks down. So I'm like, shit, I'm going. I went. He was in a car, and like I said, this is my first time doing some shit. But I always thought about it. You know that anticipation of like,
Yeah.
who here? Finally, it's here. Finally, it's a dick in my face. Like, and I remember like, yep, this is it. When I was walking back home,
Yeah, I had.
because the nigga ain't dropped me off. Now I'm looking back at it.
I know you
The
fucking lying.
fuck?
You
I
ain't
just
take
thought
my
about it. Like I
you ain't
walked
take
back
my
home.
virginity and then take me home, bitch. I had to walk back.
I didn't know though. I
Son
didn't
of
know
a
no
mother
better.
bitch. Son of a bitch. But okay, so
uh,
with your first time though, did you do them first or they did you first? Because with my
they did
first
me
time, I had
first.
them. Yeah, I had them. You got to show me what to do, baby. I need to.
Yeah. Like I think a lot of people start. I know, less, especially with guys. A lot of us start off as bottoms because it's like I
Mhm.
don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
Exactly. So you got
I'll
to show me
let
what.
you. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually you start to get curious about other shit and be like, okay, well let me try this now. But no, yeah, them early days it was
I
straight up
think,
bend over.
and I think
It
back in
was,
my days too. I think us growing up, we did it with our friends first.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because if you do it with your friends, like nobody is gonna be like, "Oh, they fucking." But nowadays, when you and your
Mm-hmm.
friend is real close or whatever, it's like, bitch, I'm too done fuck before.
Hold on, some. I mean,
But
but you can always. That's something I learned as I got older. You can always tell when two people have done something. There's just how
uh-huh,
they interact with each other and the energy between them.
uh-huh.
It's like,
But back in the days, though,
yeah,
the
you wouldn't think about
guys were
that.
so lame because
Yeah.
you got your homegirls when both of y'all are dating niggas and y'all supposed to be like a
Mm-hmm.
pussy, and the niggas was lame as fuck. Like
Yeah.
they ain't know. If you friends, they ain't know. But it
Yeah.
was just so crazy because too, for me to be so, I don't care what no one think. At the
Uh-huh.
same time, it was you still confronted out there because they're like, oh, you
Uh-huh.
gay, oh, you eat pussy, this, that,
Yeah.
this, that. It was the dudes that used to be that. And then if you get into it with a girl, that's what they saying. And now, bitch, a
That
bitch
bitch gay
say,
as hell. Yeah.
now, bitch say, bitch, you gay as fuck, and is hoe. The fuck?
Yes.
But back
Yeah. Yeah.
then, when they used to say that, it's like embarrassing if they blast you out
Mm-hmm.
to people and stuff if they didn't know. And when I tell you, when you having a boyfriend and then you get
Mm-hmm.
caught with a girl, that used to break they fucking manhood.
Oh yeah.
You fucking read
Cause
my
you ain't want me, but you want this bitch. Oh hell no. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
read my book, bitch. My
Yeah.
motherfucking baby
Niggas
daddy
get
be
mad.
beat the fuck out of me because
That is
the
crazy.
girl who I was dating, she had done got deep in love and wanted to be with me by herself. Like at first, it used to
She
be,
was cool. Then
yeah,
it was
it used
like,
to be the studs used to be okay with you being bisexual. Now it's
mm-hmm,
like, oh, you like that? They bashing you
mm,
now. But back in the days, it was okay. Like it was cool for them knowing that you had a boyfriend and they sleeping with you. But then when them feelings get
mm-hmm.
involved, or bitch, it's time
It's
for you.
over.
Yeah, especially when she know that he used to be abusive to me. She like, bitch, I'm sick of this. When I
It's time
know
to go.
I'm treating you good and you ain't wanting for nothing and you letting this nigga do this and that to you. No, man, she went on that boy Kona and told him in front of his homeboys that me and her was fucking.
Ooh, yeah.
That man beat the
But
dog.
you know what? I think that's mostly, and it's not to say that other races don't go through it or whatever, but I think that's mostly us that do that to each other.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are very, a lot of us can be very Black Lives Matter, except them gay ones.
Uh,
Like, and it's
uh,
like, well, bitch, I'm black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then like, then you come across moments of damn near needing to choose between being black or gay. Like, which one you gonna pick? You gotta advocate for one or the other. Can't do both. And it's like, but I am both.
right.
Why can't I? Um, and I know, like, at least like where I'm from, it's the fear of making yourself a target.
Mm,
Cause motherfuckers will harp on some shit to the point where you're the constant butt of the joke.
right.
And the crazy thing is, I don't even necessarily mind that, but it was so different with the gay part.
Mm-hmm.
Because I come from a shit talking family. You gonna talk shit? Let's talk shit. Because I got
That's
the kind of mouth I'm gonna give it back.
that's
So
my
you ain't gonna ever just
that's
say
my
no shit
family.
to me. Yeah, like you ain't gonna ever just say some shit to me and think I'm not gonna
It's that
what?
think I'm not
Like
gonna say nothing. You got me fucked up.
yeah. And that's the kind of family I come from. So I don't even mind people talk shit, but it was something different about the idea of gay that was just like, okay, no, please don't say that. Please don't talk about that. Don't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, especially for me, I think too, because I used to, like I said, I've always had a lot of female friends. Like
Mm,
I have a lot of men in my family, but then a lot of female friends.
right.
So I've always had been in between both. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And a lot of times niggas would see me with a group of girls, and like some of my homegirls I even spent that out of their house before type shit. And
Yeah.
niggas be like, "Oh, B got the hoe," you know, "Oh, you got the hoes." Tell me where the hoes at. And I'm just like, "Nah, y'all stupid."
Like only if you
you
fucking knew.
like these is my
But it's
bitches, and we
you
see.
see how you said it is for you. Like you have a lot of female friends in your family, but yet a lot of guy friends in your family, but yet you hung with the females. But for me, my age group of coming up with my cousins and stuff, because I'm the only child, so I only hung out with my cousins.
Mhm.
So my age group growing up was
Mhm.
all boys. So I'm hanging out with the boys. I'm shooting marbles. I'm fucking climbing trees. Like they
Yeah.
used to be getting on me like, stop climbing on trees. You ain't a boy. Well, this all I
What
got
you
to play
want?
with.
Like, what y'all
Like
want?
nobody probably would believe me, but I used to be a fucking tomboy. I ain't
I
used to
believe
want
it.
to wear
I believe
no
it.
dresses. I ain't used to want to wear no heels. I was a motherfucking sneaker girl. Give me
Say
some
fuck all that.
sneakers and some pants. I ain't wearing no dress. I would never wear a dress until I became a stripper. That's when I started wearing dresses when I became a stripper.
Okay. That reminds me too of my first time going to Pride. I remember
You know, I
being
ain't never been to
so.
Pride.
I mean, I think we all should at least try it once, even if it's not something that you become super consistent with. It's just the idea of being around gayness. like I said, like for me, the first time I went, I was, was it? I was
So
like
do you feel
19.
okay? Not to cut you out. Do you feel like
Uh-huh.
you do? I mean, we gay, okay?
Yeah.
We date guys, I date girls. But do you feel like you're a part of the LGBTQ? IZA. IZA.
I do, but I feel like not the white gays. I don't want to make it like that, but I feel like there's so much of a difference sometimes
Yeah.
um, that it can almost feel alienating.
I
Um,
don't I don't feel like I'm a part of them.
so, like, I'll say, so being from Detroit, black ass city, like the blackest fucking one of like the 3 blackest cities in the
I
United
want to come to
States.
Detroit. I've
It's
never been to Detroit.
Hey, it's a great time. Just make sure you got somebody to let you know where to go. But it's not no, it ain't no like just random spots that you'll end up in and be in some danger. Like all the dangerous spots ain't got shit to go to no way. But I just always advise make sure somebody let you know because you don't
Don't
want to
worry
end
about
up in the wrong area.
it. Don't worry
But for
about
the
it.
most part, it's great. It's really especially now because they've been changing it the past like decade.
Yeah, because I said
Um,
I used to want to go to Chicago, and then I was like, when I read about Chicago, I was like, I never want to go to Chicago. But I thought I wanted to come to Detroit. Don't worry about it. I don't want to come.
no, it's just I mean as long as you stay in the like the good the I ain't gonna say good area the touristy area, you're fine.
Okay.
It's not
I
as
like
bad as it used to
because I
be.
like
It's not
hood
as
shit.
bad as it
I
used to be.
like hood shit. I want to go
Yeah,
in the hood. I want to go.
there's a few hood spots you can go to that ain't
Mm-mm.
going. No, I promise.
Cause they might know. You know, people know when you ain't from there. I ain't got time.
Yeah, yeah, I can hold you up, niggas to be watching.
I ain't
But
got time.
okay.
Yeah,
If you ever get the courage, let me know. I'll see if I can fit
yeah,
in. I'll be your guide.
yeah.
But being from there and uh, having like my gay awakening initially there, and then coming out here and really, really having it because like now I'm on my own,
Mhm.
and Arizona is like it's probably gotten better since I first got here, but probably like 10% black.
You ain't go back to Detroit?
It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
All this,
we'll
all this
talk.
time I thought you had went back when you told me you was going back when it was what Thanksgiving or
Yeah.
Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you was there, settled
That
in,
was
or then. Okay, go ahead.
that was the plan.
All
But
right.
life. But
Okay.
yeah, there was such a difference and like just going to like the gay clubs and some of the gay area. Like I don't know. It's like it's just even just with being black, even outside of the gay part, sometimes it's just alienating because it's so different.
Yeah.
And people try to ignore that difference. But like no, it's there. Like it
Right.
don't mean I have a problem with white people and nothing like that, but there's just a difference in how we look at shit and how we deal and handle and all that. Like, it took me a while to get comfortable
Mm-hmm.
here, to be honest. Cause shit, I remember, and this is just like more on the black side of things, but like my first instance of racism, kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he, niggas, we don't fuck with potlucks. That's just not work
Right.
potlucks. We ain't doing all that. And so they were having one. I guess a few people were talking about what they were gonna bring, and I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, this ain't got shit to do with me. Y'all enjoy. And this nigga gonna say, I mean, what, your mom doesn't make like cornbread or something? Bitch. First off, she does. It is delicious, but that's not why you fucking said it. And I just remember
I would have
being
said
hot.
she don't make potato. She don't make potato salad with raisins. That's what she don't
Okay.
do.
Fucking, and I just remember being hot, and I was with one of my coworkers, and she just like grabbed, like, "Hey, let's go outside," because I was about to go. I'm like, "Nigga, what?" I literally was like, "What?"
Knock on wood. I never ever yet experienced racial profile.
A racial moment. Oof, it's ugly when
I
you do. It's
promise
so
you, I
ugly.
promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I pray to God that I never don't because I think that's how I'm gonna lose my life.
Because I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm about to fuck you up.
I listen, when Trump became the president for the first term,
Mm,
I kept repeating it on social media. I said, we are not our ancestors. We are not
that's
our
it.
ancestors. And now
Yeah,
again, bitch, we are not our ancestors because baby.
yeah. Hmm. Period. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that shit. Just the whole idea of being black and gay is just very different. So I can
Yeah.
imagine. I feel like the face of the LGBTQIA, all that. Like I think the face of it oftentimes are white gays, and that's fine. Enjoy
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
again,
why
I do feel like I'm part of it, but specifically the black half, and not even all of them, because
I am not with them people.
Atlanta gays.
I ain't with them people.
Yeah, Yeah.
I'm me. And it was crazy because I remember me and another podcaster, which is gay. I
Mm.
not calling no name because I don't fool with him, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember me and them was talking because it wasn't on the podcast. We was talking on the phone,
Mm.
and I was like, I'm not a part of the
Mm-hmm.
LGBTIQA, and she was like, what do you mean? I was like, me nor my girl don't feel like we're part of them. We're us.
Uh-huh.
I
Uh,
don't I don't be like, LGBTQ, because guess what? When it come down to it, how you think they gonna support you, they don't support you. Because I remember
mm-hmm.
when me and another girl, we started our podcast together,
Mm-hmm.
and we was focusing on giving the LGBTIQIA a
Mm-hmm.
platform, but none of them people never supported us. So
Yep.
why am I gonna cater to them when they ain't even?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't,
Yeah.
me nor my girl don't consider ourselves in them people. Like, we're by ourselves. And when I broke it down to her, she was like, you know what? I agree with you on that. And I'm gonna stop saying that I'm a part of them because I'm gay. Yeah, you don't have to be a part of something because you gay. Be
Mm-hmm.
you.
I think what happens a lot of times, especially like I said, that's why I mentioned Atlanta gays. People can gays can get really catty.
Yeah.
There's an inherent cattiness in a lot of them, unfortunately,
But
and
it's so crazy because, Troy, when I was growing up and we was gay, you knew who was gay because we always wore that goddamn rainbow flag. You gonna either have it in your car when you step,
yeah,
every time you step by, you have it on something rainbowish. But back
I remember
then,
rainbow socks and fucking
yes. But
rainbow
back
scarves.
then, them the rainbows stick together.
Mm,
Before it was LGBTQ, it was just the rainbows. The rainbows
mm,
stuck together.
mm.
And we understood the difference between, now they saying stud, that's a cute name for it. But back then, them bitches was bulldaggers.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
They
that term. My mama
you
told me about that word. I was like,
they
"What?
was bulldaggers.
Ooh,
They was
bull
bulldaggers. Now they
daggers."
say, the fuck, what happened to the bulldaggers? I liked the bulldaggers. The bulldaggers,
Mm,
they was more
yeah,
manly. You feel me? The
I think that's because
stud,
studs nowadays be getting dick too sometime on the side.
hello.
That's
I ain't want to
that's
say it.
why.
I ain't want to say it. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
But no, but for real, coming up in my days and somebody being gay, like the rainbow clique, they stood,
Mm,
they stuck together no matter what it was, even if they was in a straight club together, if they ain't know each other and they spotted someone out, because like I said, you
mm,
let people know you was gay because you had on something that was rainbow.
mm,
When I tell you, the straight people wouldn't even buy nothing rainbow because they know that meant
mm.
that you was gay. The rainbow people back in the day stuck together, bro. They stuck together. Now this LGBTQIA, they only stick together when it benefits them.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's a yeah. Okay,
If it's
that's a
not
help. That's a.
beneficiary, they don't holler LGBTQIA. But when it's got
Mm,
some shit to do with them that they can come up
mm-hmm,
on, then they want to be a part of the LGBTQIA. And I'd be like, oh, I didn't even know you was. Oh,
mm.
okay.
That's yeah. That's an interesting thought. Like,
Yeah, that's why I want to be a
but
part.
that's a whole nother yeah. That's a whole nother episode. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Like I said, I do feel like I'm a part of it, but not the full spectrum of it in the sense that I really only feel connected, and not even to all of them, but black gays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've had a few white guys. Like since I've been out here, it's happened. I've definitely had a few,
Yeah.
um, but it's just a different experience. And I think politically, what you're saying is accurate
Mm-hmm.
about them only like it was beneficial hopping in because like I've had a conversation with somebody out here before who was like a white gay, and I was mostly bringing up, and I mean again, I have to acknowledge being black and gay, and I was talking about something black, and they were just like not hearing it. It was
Yeah, because they don't have to
they're
go,
not
because they don't
hearing
go through
beyond.
what the blacks go through. They
Yeah,
more
because I'm black and gay.
accepting.
I have to fight homophobia and racism. I'm not,
They don't have to
like
do that. And even when it comes to the the whites being gay, bro, I just feel like more doors
Mhm.
open for them
Oh
because
yeah. Oh yeah.
they, I don't know, it's just something about them. Like,
Black, straight, gay, or whatever. If it's black, you got to work harder. That's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
I've definitely seen that too, and it's just like, damn. Like sometimes, and it's again because I try not to, and I know we sliding over slightly now at this point in the episode over to Black Power, but it's been so many times I'll see somebody, white or whatever. And I try not to judge because I don't know what they did to get there, whatever.
exactly.
But it's like there is someone who is 10 times more talented than you are that
Right.
deserves this spot so much more. But enjoy.
Yeah.
um, so I just want to end the episode. I guess. Well, first off, I appreciate you for even
Yeah.
doing this with me. Uh, I had this is a good time. It's a good conversation.
Yeah. This was fun.
I'm thinking like just to if I had to say anything to my younger self is that there's nothing wrong with you.
Hmm.
People might not understand, but find your people who do.
Right.
Or matter of fact, you will, because this is to my younger self. I did find the people who did, so you
Right.
will find them. But for anybody out there who has not, because I'm also learning too, getting older, a lot of people don't tend to have friends, and I'm very thankful. I mean, but I think while some people it's choice, other people are kind of sad about it and being like, I wish I had some more, stuff like that. And it's like, find your people.
Yeah.
Start with what you do. Start with who you are, and then they will come to you.
Right.
Um, so just keep that in mind. I am proud as hell to be gay at this age. I am 32 and gay as hell. And like, I wouldn't trade it for shit.
Period.
And I think we're some of the most creative people in the world.
And is.
Um, Everything for the most
And
part
some of
is
the hardest working people in the world.
okay. And I'll say, being last part, I think gay saved me a little bit because being where I'm from, being around a lot, having a lot of men in my family, and knowing a lot of guys on the block, shit like that, I could have very easily slipped into some bullshit.
Right.
But I think the gay part saved me because when niggas was thinking about going to go do some wild side shit, my brain was thinking about I'm about to go watch Real World, or you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned Beyonce video or some shit. Like I the other half of kicking in, like, hey, maybe you should actually go do this.
Right.
And I think a part of me does believe that it saved me, and it's a reason why I was born that way for my family too. Even so, do you have like any last little gay thoughts?
Be you. I'm
Okay.
gonna tell y'all what the people told me when I was young and was talking about coming out. I don't think coming out is just coming out. And to me, I
Yeah,
don't feel like I just feel like I just kicked the door down. It was like, listen, bitch, I like pussy and this is what it is, and that's
that's it.
that. But
Right.
I just say be yourself, love who love you. Don't let these people, all this judging, like can't nobody judge us but God. So
Mhm.
be you,
Don't let people
be
make you hate
happy.
yourself.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
you, be happy. They ain't gonna fuck you.
Uh-huh.
As long
Find
as you
somebody who
feel
will.
good.
God damn it.
As long as you feel
Period.
good about what you're doing and you're happy within yourself, and fuck
Yeah,
who don't else don't like it. Period. Like,
that's it.
and
That's
don't
it.
regret anything. Don't have no regrets. Don't regret nothing, because everything in life happened for a reason. Okay.
Yes. Like, yeah. That's yeah. Because yeah, I just a lot of moments go back in my mind. Like, but you know what? If that didn't happen, then this great thing wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't
Yep.
have had the space to come into my life. So yeah, yeah,
Yep.
completely. All right, that was a good one. Also, yeah, real quick, let the people know where to find you, all that good stuff.
Okay. So you can find Successful Toy Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and all platforms, podcast platforms. But you guys make sure you check out Secrets Kept, Lies Told, wrote
Yeah.
by Troy. Oh my God, the fucking story, the way he did my story is so amazing. He made some juicier, he toned down a little bit. That was too much, but it is amazing. I
Listen, if we
can't
ever do a
wait.
sequel, we can use some of the parts I didn't use.
Uh-huh. So I can't wait to see the outcome. We start filming in June and y'all can look forward for that on Tubi. So I will let y'all know so he can let you
Yes.
guys know when to go check it out.
That's right. Stay working. I love it.
Period.
But yeah, no love. Again, I appreciate you so much for doing this with me. It's a great time. I will definitely
Anytime you
hit you
need
up.
me. Anytime you need me, because I like this.
Yes, I got you. See, I got a couple others. So anytime I have somebody on here, I let them know. Like, if I ever have another topic you cross my mind, I'm on it. Like,
Period.
let's go. And I already got like two of mine now for you too, two more. So I'll definitely be
Period.
hitting you up. All right, love. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Myself busy, I ran around in circles, think I made